wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys, toys, toys! So many freaking toys! Toys, 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 toys!
Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys.
No shelving space!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys, toys, toys! So many freaking toys! Toys, 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 toys!
Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys.
No shelving space!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys, toys, toys! So many freaking toys! Toys, 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 toys!
Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys.
No shelving space!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys, toys, toys! So many freaking toys! Toys, 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 toys!
Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys.
No shelving space!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys, toys, toys! So many freaking toys! Toys, 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 toys!
Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys.
No shelving space!
Hello, and good evening, everyone. It's me. It's Techno, and we're opening toys again. It's been a while since I've done a toy. I'm looking forward to this one. There's some good stuff in here. And yeah, as you can see just by like the giant gargantuan count there. Good evening, Crystal Cheesecake. Thank you for popping in. Thank you so much for coming by and checking out the stream. But yeah, we are going to be opening Hearts of Steel stuff tonight. We got a lot of stuff in the queue, honestly. I've got like 46 things I need to get through over like the next however long. So we're not doing all that tonight. We're just doing what's in the Lightbox tonight. And I'm going to show off. I pulled out all my old Mastermind Creations Hearts of Steel stuff too, just for the sake of comparisons, because you know what? We may as well talk about that stuff as well. We may as well show off some of those older figures too. Let's put some music on. Let's do the Transformers playlist. I've not run that one in a bit. Assuming that iTunes actually responds. Sweet. All right. So anyway, we have a bunch of stuff here, and I guess I'll just start yapping and showing things off here to start while I'm waiting for my tea. So we have a few things here. We have a few like older legacy ones. We have like one of the Night Morpher Commanders there, the Shattered Glass version specifically. This is one of the figures that this is the second version of the first mold that Mastermind Creations did, like back when they started out as a third-party company. The first release was like an Optimus Prime based on the Hearts of Steel design. It was critically panned because it had a whole ton of QC issues. Like it was not a very well constructed mold. Anyway, they went back to the drawing board. They fixed up a whole bunch of stuff with it. They did this. I think Starscream was the next release there actually. And he was a lot better received, like much better received for this figure. I actually haven't mucked with this guy since like I moved like almost a decade ago, which is kind of insane. And then they did a rerun of this one here in other colors too. I actually have the black version as well, just in storage. This one I got more recently, for obvious reasons. And then of course they also did this big boy here, the Cyclops Hearts of Steel Shockwave. Now I do not have this fully transformed, and that is because it is one of those molds where the tabs like to crack quite a bit. Like case in point, like this one over here, like I just added a little bit of glue to this tonight because I just cracked this one while I was trying to get him in a boat mode. So yeah, so this is as far as we're gonna go, but you get the idea of like how impressive this thing is. It is a really cool looking figure. It's got plenty of flaws to it though. The least of which is, after Collector Fest. Still full of crap. Still stuff all over the place. But I mean, hey, I've got like I made a decent amount of money there at Collector Fest, so that was good. And then that's gonna just go back in the toys, probably. And art as well. Can't discount art. But yeah, so this is the old Hearts of Steel Shockwave, as I was saying. It's a really nice steamboat figure here. And where's the mini sub? I didn't put the mini sub with him. Because it also came with this little bonus mini sub that also turns into Shockwave, which is kind of cool, which is a really cool figure. Like this little mini sub dude is actually like really fun. It's just a little mini sub that turns into a tiny version of this figure. So I'm gonna just show that one off first actually here, because it's, as I said, this one's really easy to transform. This one I've mucked with a whole bunch of times. But yeah, this Shockwave though, like this is one of those figures that is really hard to find in the aftermarket these days. It goes for a lot of money. Like I could probably make if I wanted to sell it. Like it's been in storage for like a decade, this figure, but like if I wanted to sell it, even with like the issues like broken tabs, I could probably still get like $600 for this thing easy. Like it's just a, hold up, ball joint just popped out of here. Let's just put this back in. I guess that ball joint must be a little loose. I had to pop one of these parts back in earlier when I pulled it out. Ah, that's the foot. That's why. Okay. So let's see. So okay, so there's the feet there. Yeah, so there's the feet on this guy. We're gonna just show this off, and okay, yeah, like this piece just popped off here. Where did this go in? Oh, ball joint. Yes, there's a lot of tiny little ball joints on this guy. A lot of tiny little ball joints. But it's a cool figure. And it's just like a microcosm of the bigger guy. Doesn't quite transform the same way, but it transforms similarly. Again, I need to untab the wing from the form here. Then I can bring all the kibble back around. Again, like yeah, it's probably been like a decade since I mucked with this thing. So yeah, I'll pop this back on properly in a sec. I put this guy back in alt mode purely because I was like, well, you know what? I want to show off the alt mode when I do all the other Hearts of Steel guys. So I should probably make sure I know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, cool. Cool. I hope you got some good stuff though at the show. Did you pick up anything good? Like I know there's a lot of good stuff. Like I mean, like heck, like TF Toys had just gotten in like the 4-pack, for instance, that day. It's like I know like a friend of mine picked that up. Yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to remember how this all goes. It has been a while. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I just popped both those parts off their ball joints. Let's see. I think it goes back on like I'm trying to remember. I think it went this way. Yeah. I honestly can't recall now. But yeah, let's just bring this back around the other way. Let's see. Fun fact with this figure too. There's a bit of a famous video, I guess, like from the back in the day that Vangelis did, where he did a whole video of can Shockwave float, where he just took this toy and he put it in a bathtub to see if it would float, like the big one. It does not float, if I'm remembering correctly. Like it was conclusively proven that the toy does not float. But yeah, I'm just hooray, hooray for struggling with things like as you go. That's stream stuff for you. I can't remember if we're going to have these on the right sides. I might not. I think that they might actually go over here. Either way, I will know when I transform it back, but it probably goes like this. So, put this kibble back on. Incidentally, we are getting like a sea vehicle Shockwave in the near future because of that fan vote that's going on Instagram. Although Submarine did not win, like Creature is what ended up winning. Yeah, this guy, this was like a little bonus figure that came with the, that was like a bonus incentive thing that they included with the big guy. It actually does store in the boat. There's a compartment at the front of the boat that opens up that the little mini sub can fit in. But yeah, they just did like a tiny little version of the big Shockwave, so that way you could that turn into a mini sub. And yeah, it's neat. Like some of these joints are a little bit loose and stuff now, of course. But yeah, it's a neat little guy. It's a very neat little guy. I've had this thing for a while now. Yeah, it's just and everything just plugs in nicely and stores. And I'm just checking to see if. Oh no, that's the front of the legs. Okay, yes, the waist does spin. Okay. Yeah, very involved little guy. Yeah, because the waist does spin around there. There. Now we have the feet. Yeah, I probably need to tighten some of these ball joints. It's just some of them are very loose. But yeah, this is what the tiny little Shockwave that he comes with looks like. We're gonna transform the big guy later tonight because I want to get the other guys open, but I thought I'd pull these out for a comparison, just show these off too. Oh yeah, Core Class stuff is great. Yes, I love Core Class. I love Iron Factory's stuff. New Age does some really cool stuff too for like third-party stuff. But like Iron Factory stuff is usually pretty top-notch. But yeah, hold up. Let's see. I'm just gonna Yeah, hold up. I'm just gonna walk back over to my PC for a sec here because you know what? I think I'm gonna give Crystal Cheesecake a shout out there for plugging, just for the sake of plugging me, I guess, unexpectedly earlier today. Like that was very much appreciated. So yeah, because yeah, Crystal Cheesecake does a lot of really cool art, does some really nice art and stuff too. I found them recently just through a Chi Chi's art community. Um, I'm just gonna, I guess now that I'm standing up, I'll go actually pour my tea. It's steeped now. But yeah, so tiny little shockwave is neat. Tiny little mini shockwave is neat. We're gonna get into the actual new stuff though. We're gonna get into the new stuff, and we are gonna start with the Rescue Bot one. We're gonna start with Heatwave because I've been sitting on him for a while. I got him like around the same time I got Skybite, but Skybite, I was just based on the themes that I was going with. I was like, well, Heatwave doesn't really fit in theming wise with Skybite, and he does fit in its training day theming because, well, training has more than one meaning. And Heatwave, of course, he was an instructor at Rescue Bots Academy. All right, let me just wash my hands quickly. There we go. All right, T-Get. So let's come back and let's show things off. All right, so anyway, yeah, we are going to start with Heatwave back here first. We'll take a look at some of these other ones later because I want to do robot mode comparisons with some things too. But I'm going to pull Shockwave out. Let's put him up here, and let's bring out Heatwave. Let's bring Heatwave to the fore here. Because yeah, this is a this Heatwave here. This is a retool of the bulkhead that they did in Legacy. New chest, new head. I think there's some other new parts too. The ladder's new. Some really nice box art. Like some really nice box art. And yeah, he just looks really good. I love the fact that we've been getting Rescue Bot stuff. Actually, let me go grab because they're all right behind me. Let me grab Chase. And oh no, Chase and Medics, I guess. Where's Chase? He should be back here somewhere. I know I didn't put him in his storage. Like he should be on the shelf. I'm literally standing right in front of this shelf here, and he is probably staring me in the face because I probably forgot like Chase's color scheme or something like that. Because yeah, blue cop car. Blue cop car, where is he? I've been so invested in like transforming the Shockwave ahead of stream that I did not think to grab anything else. But yeah, I am just because yeah, Chase was a really good retool as well. And why can I not spot him on the shelf? Or on the floor in front of the shelf, unless he's on my desk, but such is having so many toys. That's what happens. You get to a point where you're just like, where is that thing that I know that I have somewhere? But I mean, like Medics is over here. Medics originating like with Rescue Bots there, I suppose. And then that Medics is specifically based off the BotCon Medics, which is a fun little nod. It's a fun little nod, but Chase, yeah, blue cop car. He is he? I'm just trying to remember. Like maybe he is still on my desk. Maybe he is one of the figures that just like never left the desk because he's a fun transformation. If I put him in storage, I'm going to be mad because I really like Chase's toy. Because I didn't think I put Chase in storage. Yeah, there's some Earth Spark stuff. Oh, here he is. There's Chase, staring right in front of me. All right, so Chase. Anyway, Chase, I'm just bringing this out for the sake of comparison because we're going to want to compare Rescue Bot stuff. And let's play with the camera a little bit. Anyway, though, let's get Heatwave open, shall we? So, magic sputters. Magic of Sputters, and here we have Heatwave right here. I guess one thing that's a bit nice there too is that since they've been moving away from the open box windows, they're able to put all these, actually put the accessories in the front of the box again, as opposed to like wrapping them in paper. They have not been able to do that for a while just because of the fact they had all those open box windows. And that probably is also going to impact design too, because on some of these figures there, they would not want to do ball jointed heads because the fact that, ball jointed head can be LeBron James out of the box. But yeah, so we got Heatwave right there. We got his gun right over here. All right. So, Heatwave. I'm just going to move this other stuff out of the box entirely, I think. Just move these for now. And then we can show off Heatwave properly on his own. So, Heatwave, he is a rescue bot. He is a cool looking rescue bot. He is based off of the bulkhead mold. And I will pull one of those out in a sec. Head sculpt is really good. Like, it's got a proper likeness of the Steve Bloom Heatwave here. Like, I mean, yeah, it just looks really nice there. Like, yeah, I really like how they did the just the whole mouth design and everything there. Like, the light piping is really good on the head. Yeah, and it's just like an entirely new chest here. One of the funny little artifacts of the light piping, incidentally, is just the fact that you can see this right here, that they gave him Heatwave's forearms there. From the Rescue Bot toy. Let me just grab a bulkhead or breakdown, whichever one I have closer. Oh, there's a bulkhead right here. Yeah, we're just going to bring in bulkhead just to compare and show off what's all different. So you can see here, we got the new head, we got the new chest, new shoulders, new forearms. Legs are the same. Legs are the same, they're just painted very differently. But yeah, a lot is new on this guy. A lot of new parts. A lot of new parts between Heatwave and Bulkhead here. And one thing that's kind of funny is just the fact that because of how the transformation goes, like on the original Rescue Bots toy, this is where the hands are. Like these are meant to be the fingers on the original toy. And yeah, they recreated all that sculpting on the forearms, but it's just kind of like doubled up because the toy transforms differently. It's kind of funny. Kind of a bit amusing there. But yeah, they look really good together though, Bulkhead and Heatwave. I'm just grabbing some screens as we go. Yeah. Like, it's not a bad mold. And Bulkhead, funnily enough, is like one of those things where it's like, Bulkhead has kind of worn this the worst out of all of them. Like, Breakdown wears the mold better than Bulkhead does. But yeah, and here we got Heatwave here with his Rescue Bots comrades. Oh. I've got, I need to adjust my camera. I'm getting the edge of the thing in here. Yeah. Let's just descend to this thing a little bit, like so. Yeah, so he looks good there. Comes with a few accessories. We have Heatwave's axe over here. This just, yeah, we can just plug this into his hand, like so. I'm just looking here. I see some slots on there. I don't know if it tabs into something else. But yeah, he's got the good firefighter axe there. He's also got his weapon here that just goes over his hand. This is the similar weapon to what they did with Chase here, where it's like the power-up weapon that they gave the Rescue Bots in later seasons. They gave them all those weapon power-ups in later seasons of the show. So that's what they're evoking with this. But yeah, articulation-wise, let's see. We got ball jointed head. Again, very good. We got shoulders. Fairly standard stuff. Forearms swivel around. We got about a little more than 90-degree bend, which is pretty good these days. Wrist swivel. Full waist. What else? Legs. Not a very good thigh swivel. The thigh swivel is inside here, so it's a little bit restricted. About 90 degrees here. And then, yeah, then we got toes, we got heels, we got ankles. We got a pretty good range of motion on this guy. And yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, like toy shows are always a good place to hunt. Let's be honest, here like you're here local in town, Jeopardy Alpha, there are a lot of sellers in town that a lot of collectors that are usually unloading stuff. So like it's a very healthy market for Transformers here. We have a lot of collectors locally. All right, so transformation. Let's roll to the rescue. First, we'll get the weapons back out. It's a fairly straightforward mold. If you have, oh, I forgot an accessory. Hold up, before we get going. I forgot about his ladder. Is that still in the box? Where did I put the ladder? Oh yeah, it's still on the card. I forgot to cut the ladder out. Oh yeah, I still need to open the Sonic set. Yes, I still do need to open that Sonic set. It's a nice looking set. I will agree there. Let's just adjust this down. I changed up a whole bunch of my setup recently, so I'm still getting used to the camera placement just to make sure that I don't have the front light visible in this thing and still get a decent, there we go, that's better. Still get a decent angle and stuff. So yeah, so I forgot about this here. We got the Rescue Bots ladder. This will plug onto his back. We got just a little peg here, and that is just gonna plug in over here. It just slots in like that. So there we have Heatwave. You know, he's got his ladder now. That's pretty much where you're gonna put it. And yeah, let's get back to where we were and let's transform him. So again, it's just this comes up here. We got the head over here. We got that whole shoulder assembly in this toy as well. We have these on peg, and then they are going to swing out. And then once they swing out, that's going to let us do a bunch of stuff. But yeah, first I guess we'll do the legs. Because the legs open up. We have like these same pieces here that were on bulkhead and breakdown that form the sides of the vehicle that are going to fold out. And then yeah, then we just fold the feet up, fold these back up, and then these just go up like that there. These guys just come in over there. And then as for the rest here, I'm just trying to remember how this goes exactly. Because yeah, yeah, I know these need to, yeah, these arms unpeg here. This one's not unpegged for some reason. Yeah, it should just come out. There we go. Yeah, these are going to unpeg, and then these fold down like that. And then that lets us get the head down. And yeah, head goes down over there. This guy is going to, yeah, once we move the, reposition the hands over there, this guy's going to fold down and just lock all that stuff into place. And then, yeah, we clip these arms together down here. Like that. Arms are going to just come up inside. So fold them all up. Fold the arms up, bring them in. And, oh, wait, no, the head needs to fold down, right. Just remember how the head stores. Right, the head goes all the way down here, I think. Yeah, this just comes all the way around like this on the inside. And then, yeah, all these come around. Yeah, arms come inside. And these just fold in like that. Then we just take everything else. Yeah, I'm just noticing here, he's got a bit of an exposed gap up top here. I don't think the other versions of the mold were quite that bad. Okay, but we just need to bring around the crotch. Just remember how this all folds again. It's been a bit. I think this all comes up like this, if I remember right. If only I had like a, oh, wait, no, this, right, this folds over here, that's how, yeah. Okay, so I was sort of right. So this all comes up, Oh, did these come around like this? Right. Okay. Yes, these come around here like so. This all locks in. Oh, is this... No, that's the same tooling there. Okay. Yes, these guys are gonna... Right, these lock in over here. This also locks in over here. And then, yeah, and then we bring the legs together. These just go over here. Oh, hello, Bipolar Brown. How's it going? How is your day going? Yes, this all goes here. This guy is just gonna come down over here. And then I guess the ladder is just gonna... I don't know if we bring it like this, or I think we just leave it like this over here. But that is pretty much it for transforming Heatwave into his vehicle mode. I'm just going to double check that because some alignment stuff seems a little bit off, but let me just check the box again. Oh yeah, I'm missing something here. I'm missing a step. Oh, right. Okay, that's right. Okay, so I am missing the part where we fold the head cover up because that's inside here. I thought something was off. So yeah, that folds up there. That covers the head, and now everything should just fold up a lot better because we got rid of that big chunk of stuff. Yeah, so that's going to cover the head properly. And then we just need to bring everything around and in. As soon as I remember what the specific... There we go. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, so that covers up that head there. These just fold in over here like so. Legs just fold up there, and then the ladder just goes like that, I guess. And that is pretty much it for Heatwave in his vehicle mode. So, that's good to hear you're doing well. So yes, that's... Oh no, actually, that's not quite how the ladder goes. I'm looking at the back of the box here. Ladder we can pop off over here, it looks like. And looks like that it shows the ladder pegging in over... Where are these pegged? Okay, goes in like this, and I'm just trying to see how it's showing this. Oh, I see. Okay, so the ladder it's showing here, you can take these little slots over here. We can take those tabs there. We can take these slots here, and we can just peg the ladder in like this. And then I guess we can just we can tab it into the side of the legs. Do a proper fire truck ladder arrangement this way. So there's Heatwave in his proper configuration for vehicle mode. You know, it's still got the flaw of the legs sitting out like this. I mean, that's just a case of this is still the Optimus mold. Sorry, not the Optimus mold, the bulkhead mold. And that one has a whole back cover, which kind of obscures how obtrusive this looks. But I mean, it's not a bad Heatwave. It's got a decent vehicle mode. It's got I love that it still has that very rescue botsy aesthetic of it being like a young kid's toy. We can take the one weapon here. We can plug that one in along the side. And we can probably do that with the other weapon too. Yeah, it's got one of those tabs as well. So we can take this guy here too. Plug this in over there and get it in along the side. So, I mean, yeah, so honestly, it's not a bad little Heatwave. Not a bad little Heatwave. And there, we're down to 45. 45 things to open now. So yeah, that is the gist of Heatwave. I'm just gonna see if I can get the camera down a little bit more. In my old setup, I did have the camera a little bit more level to the ground than I do now. I moved it up a little bit just for the sake of model kits and such, but this will have to do. But yeah, he looks good. He looks pretty nice. Just taking a quick screen. So, yeah, that is one down, and now we're going to get into the other stuff. We are going to start with a set where I don't have figures to compare. We are going to start here with the Hearts of Steel, Megatron, and Bumblebee. This is actually the more recent of the two sets that came out here. This one... Actually, no. Let's start with the other one. Because this one I have... This one, while I've got things to compare with this one, that means that these aren't really as novel. So let's have fun with this, and let's see how these turned out. So this is all Guido Guidi artwork, if I remember correctly, that they did for the boxes, which is fantastic because Guido is the one that actually did the original. Guido actually drew the original comic for Hearts of Steel. But yeah, it's a 2-pack Autobot versus Decepticon. We have like Optimus and Starscream. As we know, as per Hasbro designer Evan Brooks, they are planning on making this an annual thing of doing like a new theme every year, where they have Optimus, Starscream, Megatron, and Bumblebee just fitting a different theme every year in 2 packs or something. And they've already know what they've already teased that, oh, we know what we're doing next year already. So yeah, we got a sleeve here, so let's just get this sleeve open. Let's open up the sleeve here. Open up this packaging. We got a lot of stuff here. I've been sitting on this guy for so long. Oh my god, like I middleman a whole bunch for locals too, and just off of Pulse. And I'm probably the last one actually getting their stuff open because of my whole got to do this on the stream schedule. So we got this really nice packaging once that slip cover is off. And these are going to open up. I'm just looking for... Oh, we got more stuff there. That's why. They still stuck these together even through that slip cover. So let's get this open. Is it on the bottom too? Yes, it is. So we're going to get all this open here. And then we are going to open up this really nice display here. Like, check it. This is a really nice box display. It looks really good. We got just the Optimus and Starscream there, and we got like my ring light just kind of oddly reflecting on them. I'm just going to turn this up slightly. Yeah, like they look really nice here. Paint looks really good. Like I'm assuming this says Hearts of Steel over here. Yeah, HEARTS. That's probably an of, and then ST. Yeah, there's 2 E's there, I guess, and then an L. No, I can't read the glyphs offhand, but I can read them well enough to be able to guess at things. But yeah, it's a really nice looking setup here, just with these 2 packs opened up. So, with that said, chat, who do you want to see first? Do you want to see Optimus or do you want to see Starscream first? Which of the 2 do you want me to crack open first? I'll give this one to you for a minute. I'll give this one to you while I just run over to my computer and just tease what we've done so far on Blue Sky, because I usually like doing that on. I like doing posts as I'm going in terms of because I screenshot all the stuff as I'm going. So. There we go. Because yeah, it's more useful to do these live, just as a promotional thing. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Let's do Starscream then. Let's do Starscream, and then I'm gonna bring in like the Hearts of Steel stuff too, like the old MMC stuff as well too, just for the comparison. So, yeah, let's get him open. Starscream, I believe he showed up at the very end of the all these character designs too. Incidentally, that they made toys. These were all also originally Guido Guidi designs too. He designed all of these designs for the Hearts of Steel miniseries that IDW Publishing did. And actually, I've got that in the other room. I could probably go grab it. I think I have the trade for Hearts of Steel. But yeah, so this is Starscream right over here. I'm just putting him back there. I'll just keep Optimus off. Well, I'll just put the box over here while we do Starscream. Let's get him out of here. You know, all 4 of these guys are about deluxe scale. So I should use my scissors instead of this knife. Where did I put those scissors just now? Hooray, organization. Where did I put the scissors I literally was just using? That should be staring me in the face because I didn't go very far. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right, Cheesecake. That is correct. When they do that initial story there's like a 2-page spread that shows all of their alternate forms, and it's like a Beast Wars type conflict that they're having, and then it's just a case of they all run down, go into stasis, and then it's the Industrial Revolution, and we have historical liberties taken with historical figures, and and legendary ones like John Henry. There we go. Now I can actually get this open. Fun story. The whole reason I use scissors is because of the time that I was using the other knife and scratched a toy and then got reamed out by friends for going, yeah, you know that's on you, right? So, yeah. Pulling Starscream out. We got a little baggie of accessoire over here. Yeah, I'll have to go grab that trade in a sec there just to showcase. They actually did 2 Hearts of Steel stories. I don't think I have the trade for the second one, come to think, because the second one was done as part. The follow-up story was done as part of IDW's Infestation 2 crossover, and in that story, it was just a case of in Infestation 2, it was the Hearts of Steel Autobots fighting Cthulhu essentially, like a deep beneath the ocean Cthulhu. But yeah. There was Starscream out of the box. He is looking nice. Let's get his wings up like that. We got his little bits over there. We got his hands out over here. You got to kit him out with all the stuff, like the null ray cannons, obviously, which are null ray cannons are just like old style machine guns right here, as you can see. They're just your old style Gatling guns. Like very late 19th century, early 20th century, like right when all that automatic arms fire was first being deployed into the field of war. Bring the feet down. We got that cool aspect here of like the little like bat wings there on the feet. But yeah, it's a very Starscreamy color scheme so far. We've got this piece here, which these are parts go to Prime. I don't know why they're in with Starscream, but okay. But yeah, Starscream, he looks really nifty here. That's a deluxe. Yeah, we got the wings up there. Looking at him from the back, you can see again, it's just like a... Oh, does this fold down, or is this the robot mode configuration? Okay, I think that's for robot mode. I was just seeing if it folded the other way a little bit more. I will do you one better. I'm gonna just run into the other room and grab my trade paperback off my bookshelf. All right, and I have the trade. It is a very tight bookshelf. It is a very tight bookshelf. But yeah, Hearts of Steel, right over here. This is the IDW trade paperback with the original story in it. And yeah, and here's the concept art of Starscream that was in that original book. It's really nice. That's what he turned into, like this whole biplane. Like there's some really, really cool concepts in this, I gotta say. Like a lot of stuff that went unused. I mean, like, the Ratchet design, the Insectatrain, I guess that did show up. The Megatron concepts, Prowl. But yeah, let's flip over to that page, though, that you were just talking about. Because that is right at the start, where we have this entire montage here of Beast Wars style forms of like just like Autobots and Decepticons all warring with each other, like in a very Beast Wars style fight, and then it's just a case of then they all run down and it's the Ice Age. So yeah, it's a good book. It's a good book, and then Bumblebee is like the POV character in the story. Yep. Yeah, God, I picked this one up. I've had this one for a while now. I forgot when this edition came out. but it's been a while. This one was 2012. Yeah, I've had this for a while. But yeah, anyway, Starscream. Let's get back to actually talking about everyone's favorite, Cowardly Seeker. So looking at the head sculpt here, it's a really good head sculpt. We just saw what the Hearts of Steel design was, so you can see that they did a pretty good job capturing it. You always got the little bat ears on the sides, like the original. Oh, the ending is very anticlimactic. Yes, absolutely. The story itself is kind of a bit eh. And then it kind of got more relevance later on when John Barber retconned Hearts of Steel into actually being canon after all in late IDW. It got like the story got retcon. It was originally written as like an Elseworlds thing, and then it got retconned into continuity because they tied it into Shockwave's Ancient Machinations and the Machinations of Onyx Prime and stuff, and it worked really well. Like it worked crazy well. Like Barber is like one of my favorite Transformers writers for a very good reason, and that's because that man does continuity like no other. Oh, cool! I'd love to see that I'd love to see that at some point. The concept art. I can't look at it right now because I'm just over at my Lightbox, just using my phone chat. But I would love to see that. But yeah, let's look at articulation here on Starscream. We got some swivels here that are blocked by the wings. Still decent range though. I mean, like you can still get outward there with the arms. We got a above the elbow swivel, 90-degree elbow. Starscream does not have wrist articulation, unfortunately. So we can do this, but we can't actually turn this around. What else we got? Waist. There was no waist articulation on this guy either. That is very clearly a function of how he transforms, just looking at it. Propeller spins here. The head is on a swivel. It's not ball jointed. That's a little bit unfortunate, so he can't really look up or anything like that. So, yeah, you can't do any cool things there. Yeah, that sounds great. What else? That goes up. Articulation's a little bit limited on this guy, actually, huh? Yeah, because I can only get the legs up to about there. Legs only go up to about there. We got a full thigh swivel over here. And yeah, I'll have to respond to that in a sec. I did just get your request, so yeah. Let's see. We got that bend there. Yeah, we've got toes up and down there for the feet, and then we got like an ankle tilt. So he does have a lot of limitations in posability, but he can still do a good A stance. You can still get him looking like fierce and ferocious. I guess we got those propellers too. And now let's bring in a comparison with the Mastermind Creations version, which is going to be no comparison, let's be honest, because you're looking at something here that was like $100 when it came out, like versus deluxe, like just completely different scales of engineering. But it actually is still very cool just to see the differences in how this design was interpreted. Like the big advantage that MMC has on theirs is that they do not have any of the same constraints when it comes to things like sharper objects. Like these propellers are a lot sharper on this figure here. They're a lot pointier. It's definitely a much more posable toy. Like it obviously is going to transform differently too, but yeah, I mean it's good to do a comparison of these sorts of things. Because we have the options. But it's cool just seeing even little things with how different like the Batwing feet here are and stuff. Hey, Ramses. Oh, the Transformers Prime Dinobot story. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one. That was a Margaret Scott one, wasn't it? I think she co-wrote that story. I think she co-wrote that book. And her stuff is usually pretty solid. Oh, Ballpoint. Oh, right. I forgot about that. That's that worst spot ever one, isn't it? Yeah, that was a fun one. Honestly, right now, I'm way behind on the Skybound stuff. I do like the Skybound stuff, but I am pretty far behind on it. So, Starscream, let's figure out the transformation on him now. Yeah. Because this is not like an expensive third-party figure, I actually have the confidence to try and actually do this myself. So we're going to do that. All right, let's see. Because, yeah, I can already see stuff here like this. Okay, yeah. This has to come out over here. And, okay, this folds up there. let's see. We got there's the bottoms of the biplane wings over here. You can see that's where these are going to peg in over there. So that means, yeah, all this stuff needs to swing down as well. And that's why there's no waist swivel, because this whole piece has to come down. Let's just make sure I get all this in here. Oh, okay, I need to bring the hands around like this probably. Duh. Yeah, and then this all comes up here. I'm just gonna pop I don't know if I can leave the weapons in. I'm just looking for tabs and slots. Tab, slot. There we go. Yeah, so there's where the hands go. Hands just go in over here like that. And what else? Yeah, this whole bit back here is going to come down. This needs to swing down. Why will this not come down further? Oh, I popped something. Oh, I popped this guy off. Okay. Yeah. Worst Transformer Ever is a fun little kid's book. I will say, I think one of the best parts about the brand is just how there is something for everyone, in the sense that, like, there's usually something that you can recommend to people, like, based off of like the type of stuff they enjoy. You know, if you love your like just silly romps, and especially if you're like you're like LGBTQ person there, it's like, yeah, you can recommend a lot of like the late IDW stuff to people. I mean, Bob Budiansky's stuff is very good world building as well. Like, Budiansky is great for the actual world building in like the original G1. Oh, right, this is from Rumble's album. Yes, Cybertronic Spree of Rumble. Yeah, this is from his solo album. Cool guy, Rumble. Or rather cool bot, I suppose. But I love the fact that we live in a world where I can say, like, just with no hint of irony whatsoever, that, oh yeah, Rumble's solo album. I'm just trying to figure out, okay, how do these legs go? Do these come around like this too, or Yeah, because I think this all goes up here, but this is where we want pictures of where we want to go and grab the photo of what the alt mode looks like. All right, so how does this go? Oh, these come around front. Okay, so this does come down over here. Okay, and then these come around here, and then they clip in over here. And yeah, those just clip in over there, and then I guess these just sit out like this, if I'm looking at this right. Yeah, no, that is the transformation on Starscream. I guess oh no, I need to lock this down here. Let's just, oh no, okay, I was plugging into the wrong spot. Okay, this plugs in all the way over here. That's more stable. That's a little more stable there. So that plugs in there. That's fairly stable there, and then I guess we just fold this. I guess this stays down because there's a wheel there for rolling, so I guess that just stays over there. But that's the transformation on the Starscream. Yes, guns are right over here, and I'm just looking to see where if these plug in anywhere. Looks like that they're underslung on the actual art here. I'm just looking to see how they plug in. I'm just looking at the photo here and figuring out where these plug in, because it is showing them underslung underneath the vehicle. Yeah, thanks for pointing out the guns. I think did they go in over here, or I am just trying to figure out where the guns go. I might have to pull out the instructions for this, but oh no, I think they go in over here actually. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna have to go and actually look up where the guns go, because I cannot figure this out just looking at the images here. Unless they do stay on the arms. Oh no, I think they do actually. I think they might. All right, so yeah, that's why. So yeah, you just swing them around like this, and then we bring this all together here. Yeah, and then the guns just hang out over there. Thank you for pointing that out, Cheesecake. Thank you for pointing that out. When you're not going off instructions, sometimes it can be tricky to spot things. But there we go. There we go. That's Starscream with his little guns. We got the propellers all spin. He got the wheels there so he can roll. Yeah, he looks all right. Again, just pulling out the Hearts of Steel comic again. I just want to do a quick shot of what the alt mode that they're homaging looks like. So yeah, where is Starscream in this book? I just had that page open. Here we go. So the Starscream alt mode is this one over here. So yeah, and I think there's a better shot of the Skywarp one further in the book. I think Skywarp is on his own page, so it's going to be easier. Oh, there's Starscream right there. So there's the concept for what the Starscream alt mode looks like for actual concept art. So yeah, you can see that it is similar, but it is kind of still doing its own thing with it. It's not quite the. Oh no, I guess that's the final. That's the one that they based it off of over here. It looks like. It's not one of those biplane-y ones. It's this one over here. So you can see there that it actually has a lot in common with that design. It's got like a lot of it's got a lot of the same design aspects to it. Like they did a pretty decent job, honestly, of mirroring that biplane design. It's just not one of these ones over here. It's just yeah. I'm just looking at. Oh yeah. You can see here with Skywarp actually. You can see it a little bit better. The design. You can see what they were going for with this. And I mean, like, I think the big difference is that these are kind of their own bits that jet off as opposed to part of another like frontal wing over there. Yeah, it's a fun little mold. And now we're going to put him with his versus partner. We are going to put him with Optimus Prime, who I'm going to just pop out of the box and then bring the tray out. All right, so Prime over here. Again, not a huge figure. These are all deluxe scale, so don't expect anything massive out of them. Pull him out like that. So Optimus Prime. He's a tiny little deluxe. Yeah, he definitely feels a little bit. I guess he is solid enough, but I mean, he definitely feels pretty light. I mean, yeah, doesn't feel like there's a lot here to him. Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good. Again, just going off like that book art, I mean, he looked pretty good there. Accessories, we got the gun over here. That was in the Starscream box. And we've got this shield right over here, which again, these are all accessories that were right out of the original Hearts of Steel concept art, if I'm remembering correctly. And let's just refresh that memory by just bringing up the actual concept art. Yeah. So we can see here, this is what Optimus is meant to look like over there. So yeah, it's a pretty good likeness to the concept art, honestly. It's got a lot of the details. It's got the really wide shoulders. It's got like all the gold detailing there and stuff. Like, if I'm remembering right, I don't think Optimus actually showed up in the original comic. There was concept art of him, but he never actually was like on the page. But he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. And speaking of Optimuses, here he is next to the Mastermind Creations version of the design. You can see here that it's taking a lot of the similar cues. It's still got those same wide shoulders. It's got the similar chest style. It's got like the cow catcher at the hip skirt. The aesthetics are all still very much there. It's doing it differently, but the aesthetics are still all there. This one is obviously like quite a bit bigger, and if you can get past version 1 of this toy, it's still a neat one to have on the shelf. There's parts of it that haven't aged as well from an engineering standpoint. Don't get me wrong. Like it's definitely it's definitely like looks a little bit more awkward as far as some of the third-party stuff goes, and Mastermind Creations has gotten a lot better as a company since they designed this, but Yeah, it's still worth comparing these two though. Still worth comparing these two. And that is why we do all these like toy comparisons. So yeah, so just taking a closer look here, I really like the head sculpt on this guy. Like this is a really strong head sculpt. I'm just making sure I get him held up so I get a good shot. Yeah, like it's a fantastic head sculpt here, and it definitely I think does the head better than the Nightmare Commander version. Like these between these two heads, this Optimus head is definitely the stronger one. Range of motion though, let's see. He does have a ball jointed head, so he is way more expressive than Starscream already. We have a swivel around here, and I really like. Oh, what I really like about this swivel is that it is not a straight. It is not like it is at an angle. Like if you look here, you can see here that the swivel is at a bit of an angle. It just gives it a little bit more of a dynamic look. The way that these sides here are swept upwards a bit, compared to this one where those parts are just straight out to the side. I guess this one can do a little bit of up and down play, but not to the same extent. Like he just looks more dynamic with these swept up shoulders, and I really like how they maintained that here. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, arm comes out there, swivels around there. We have really good range of motion in the elbow. We also have no wrist, like with Starscream, but we do have a waist, unlike Starscream, and that's not a surprise given the transformation kind of allows for it. What else? Legs. Let's see. The skirts will adjust upwards like that. So we can get the leg up like this. Outwards. Thigh swivel. Really good range of motion in the knees. He can kind of, yeah, he can bend those really well, those knees. It's pretty good. And then, yeah, what else? We got an ankle tilt. I'm just trying to tell. Yeah, it's ankle tilt. I guess ankles don't need to tilt that much. They tilt enough. They tilt enough you can do a good A stance. And then it just goes up and like so. So yeah, so we can get some good posing out of this Optimus. I'd love to see them do him in purple. They won't, but I'd love to see it. Oh yeah, you're right. The sword on this guy is great. And then of course this one is the trailer too. He's got the trailer that turns into the little like command station there, like the original toy design had in the Hearts of Steel concept art. Oh, and these skirts, do these flip up as well too? I'm just looking at this. No, that's not a joint. That's just sculpt the detail. I believe this Optimus has a matrix as well. I'm just going to confirm that, but I think that I think he has a matrix in here because that's pretty. Maybe he doesn't. Let me just. I'm just going to double check the instructions because I saw those flying around. Because they generally put matrices in just about every prime these days. Speaking of primes, I should grab one to compare with. Okay, yeah, no, he does not have a matrix. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty unusual for a prime these days. They almost always give them matrices now, no matter like how small they are. But yeah, let's do some quick comparisons for Optimus Primes. Here I've got the Siege one right over here. This one is the Netflix, the Takara version of the Netflix Siege Prime. Deal with all his dust. So you can see here that like he is much shorter than your standard Optimus Prime figure these days. Like, and this guy's shorter than the Commander still. I do have a Devastation Prime. He's on my desk. He is on my desk. He has been a desk toy for a little bit. So yeah, let's grab Devastation Prime and let's bring him in here. I was actually going to get him next, so yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Good timing. So yeah, you can see here he is pretty neck and neck with Devastation Optimus in terms of the size. Actually, no, is he a shorter, or let's see. No, he's about the same size. About the same size as Devastation Prime, so not a bad size. Yeah, I don't see a matrix slot for him. I was wondering if he did, but it doesn't look like this opens. Like, oh well. Oh well. I mean, like, these are multi-packs, I guess. They probably wanted to cut down on parts count somewhat. But let's just do a quick shot of him with... Let's just adjust his pose. Oh, that's why. Okay. I did put the one knee a bit further down, but yeah, let's just get these two guys in the same shot here and just do a proper comparison of these two. There we go. All right, so transforming this Optimus now. Let's do that. Let's pull his gun out. Let's pull his shield off. And let's see how this all goes. So yeah, you can see in here, just looking inside, that it's all like solid plastics. There's no matrix or there or anything like that, unfortunately. But yeah, let's see. Shoulders come out. Looks like this entire section back here folds out. I guess this cow catcher is going to need to come together, so that'll come through like this. And that'll just fold together for the front of the vehicle. We got this little guy back here. Okay, that goes down like that there. Yeah, the weird part is I'm looking at this, it looks like this chest bit is like actually like pinned on over here. It feels like, it looks like there's a pin here, so you would think something opens, but it doesn't. Yeah, it's a little bit weird there. Yes, this all comes down here, and then let's see, head folds up. This is going to go up over here, I think. So let's see. That goes over here. Yeah, and this whole assembly comes in over here. And then, yeah, this comes around. Very intuitive transformation so far. Very Optimus Prime transformation. And then, yeah, and then these arms are going to come up, and these are going to form the back of the this part of the train like that. Interesting that it's all like blue plastic that's just painted red here. Like the match is pretty good. So that all comes there, and then we just bring the legs around. Yeah, none of these are that difficult in terms of as far as toys go. Like the complexity is pretty low so far. But hey, that's again, I do not dismiss things, Transformers that are lower in complexity, because I generally like those. Yeah, so yeah, I guess we need to bring these up. I'm just trying to figure out how these legs, yeah, these legs compress like that. They don't compress a huge amount, but they do compress a little bit. Like so. Then we just, I think we close these back up again. With now that's all compressed, and let's see. I am just looking at, because it looks like these, maybe this isn't the right, okay, I think these, yeah, I see how this goes. Yeah, I missed a step here. So these guys out over here, these are going to come up here. The feet are going to come inside. Yeah, I see how this works now. Clever. Oh, and I just popped that off. So let's fix that. So we got this over here. Feet. Yeah, these go out of the way like that. Feet are going to come up inside like so. I don't know if I don't think I need to fold them down all the way, but let's see. Yeah, I don't think I used that ankle tilt there, but I'm just double checking that. No, we don't. They won't go in otherwise. So let's bring the foot back out. Let's undo this ankle tilt. Oh, or no, maybe it does go like this. Yeah, maybe it does go like this over here. So let's see. So then, yeah, then we can peg these together here. And then these guys over here are going to come back. Oh, yeah, no, that, like, I'm doing the feet wrong. I can tell I'm transforming the feet wrong. Let's just bring this. Let's bring this ankle tilt back out like that. And because, yeah, these guys need to come back down in, or, okay, how do these go? Because I can see that these peg together like over here. I'm just trying to figure out how, Oh, right, of course. I keep forgetting that these peg into the back of the train. Okay, that's why. Oh my God. Okay, I feel like a fool. So that probably is how these. Yes, these legs do come in like this. The feet do come in like this. And I bet that they do actually. Let's see. Yes, the feet would close up like this. The back of the cab would close up like this. I guess the ankles can go all the way up this far. And then, yeah, then we would just close all this stuff up over here. So you can see here, we got a slot there. We got a tab here. So this is going to come around over there like that. Same on this side. And this isn't quite folded up right. There we go. Yes, those come up over here. We get these together here. We get these back bits together here. I'm just looking at this and going, oh, this feels like something's off. Feels like I'm missing something here. Just looking at this little locomotive. Something feels off. I'm missing something, but what? Because it looks very, let's see. Smokestack. Maybe if I put the smokestack in, it'll look better. Because smokestack is just going to fold up like this. And then this will go over here. Like that. And then this little shield will come up over here. And that should go in over here, I think. Or just go in the back. Or does it go in the back over here? Okay, where does this... I want to say this guy goes up here, but I'm just trying to find where... Oh, it goes in like this. Okay, so it goes in like this and then helps hold the back together. So there's the locomotive mode on Optimus. I don't think I quite have everything tabbed together, but that's pretty much how it goes. It's a little dinky locomotive. Honestly, it's okay, I guess. I think this one probably does the locomotive better. I'm just gonna like refresh my memory on this one here, because from what I remember, this one does do the locomotive a little better. I am just gonna transform that now. Yeah, this one has a matrix. This version of Optimus has the matrix. It also transforms very differently, but yeah, so we got these guys that go back here. And it does have a lot of the same like design DNA to it, because they are still both turning into the same thing. So it's very unsurprising that they transform similarly, but they still transform fairly differently. It's like, yeah, there's this part of the back there. That guy folds around there. That guy comes around here. And then the legs are just what? The legs open up. Fold the feet up in here. I'm just trying to remember if there's any steps I'm missing with the feet. Yeah, these come together over here. Right, these come out over here, back there. And then this all just comes... Okay, how did the legs go again? I think the legs do collapse on this one. Again, this is what happens when you don't transform stuff for a while. Yeah, because I'm seeing yeah, these legs definitely do collapse. I can see like tabs and slots. I'm just trying, oh yeah, there we go, like that. It's just a friction collapse. which, I'm glad we don't get a lot of friction collapses anymore in figures, because those can be a bit fraught sometimes, like that there. Yeah. Yeah, so like just for comparing, I just want to see how the locomotive compares, because this is a pretty easy transformation. So yes, this all comes together like this. So yeah, that's the locomotive mode on this prime, more or less. This one does have the difference, of course, of it does have the little trailer, so it does have a whole bit that gets filled in as well too. But okay, yeah, I guess we can see that this newer one I think does do things a little bit better. Yeah, this one, this whole locomotive thing, this all goes in over here. Yeah, like the other one does have a little bit of a trailer that goes around it, and that fills in the back here, the trailer bit. So I guess you know what, I need to take back my remarks there, because this one does work pretty well as a little standalone. This one does kind of require the. Oh, I mean, you say this, you do know there's a third-party version of the Hearts of Steel Bumblebee that did Thomas the Tank Engine, right? Did you see that at all? That there is that Thomas the Tank Engine version of the little Bumblebee. I don't have that third-party Bumblebee, but it does exist. Yeah, I think it's worth comparing these two, though. That's like this one. I was coming down on that, but yeah, like without the trailer, this kind of doesn't really work on its own. You kind of need the trailer on the MMC one for it to really work. And this one here, you don't really need a trailer. It's got all the stuff that the trailer did on it already, in terms of providing that back of the train. But it does still feel like it would benefit more from like having a train car or something like that, just for the aesthetic. So that is the first 2-pack there. That is the first 2-pack. I'm gonna go refill my tea, and then I'm gonna make a social post. But yeah, they are the Hearts of Steel figures are fun so far. I'm gonna put them all back into robot mode at the very end too, so we're gonna just get a quick transform it back. But yeah, let's just throw some honey in my thing, and there we go. Grab some honey for my tea. And then we'll get going again. Actually, let me do a quick shot of just these two on their own before I bring up the other ones, because I want to just go and plug this on socials. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I really like the Prime. The Prime, I think, is so far. I think Optimus is probably the strongest of all of these so far. That's my own opinion anyway. But I am just doing a quick shot of all these things together, just in this post. Let's see. Let's do this quick post. Anyway, there we go. Social post made. So let's get into the next one here. Let's knock something off the toys to unbox. And let's bring in the final one we're doing tonight here. We're not doing a super long one tonight, unless I have reason to keep going, but I've got enough toys. But yeah, we are doing Megatron and Bumblebee next. So These are the ones I'm actually really excited for because Megatron has never had a toy. And it's a really cool design. Like, he was never in any of the comics. And Bumblebee has had a third-party toy. I kind of regret not getting that third-party Bumblebee. I did want it, but I never ended up picking it up. So let's get this sleeve off and let's take a look at the actual box inside. Also, God, RC's pipes are the best, aren't they? Like, she just really, like, just for this cover of Nothing's Gonna Stand in Our Way, like, Cybertronic Spree RC has, like, some amazing pipes. So yeah, Megatron and B set. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does a Thomas upgrade set for this, though. Let's be real. So let's get this open. I thought I cut these ones, but I guess not. There we go. So, Megatron and B. They look good. They look really nice here. Let me just tilt this a bit. You can see here, Bumblebee and Megatron look really nice in the box here. Again, we have that nice big Hearts of Steel packaging. We have my light kind of just like getting in the way here. Let's see if I turn it off. Doesn't really help matters. But yeah, they look really good here. They look really nice here. So let's, who do you guys want first? Do you guys want Bumblebee first or do you want Megatron first? I'm kind of impartial as to which one. I think they're both going to be cool. Like if Chad has a preference, I will go with that preference. I will yield to the chat. Well, I don't see anyone saying anything, so you know what? I think we're going to start with Bumblebee. I think we're going to do like the reverse this time and just do like Bumblebee and then Megatron. So, pulling B out. Okay, we got a little accessory that is like just looks like that at this point here they'd moved back out of the bags and we're just actually attaching the accessories because we got B here with his little hammer. So Bumblebee, he was the main character in the Hearts of Steel miniseries. For as far as the Autobots went, he was the only one that was actually online in the original mini, and he teamed up with John Henry to stop the Decepticons. Yeah, B would later then gets a prominent bit there in like the IDW comics there when they went and canonized Hearts of Steel, because that Bumblebee turned back up in present day. And it got revealed that all the Hearts and Steel guys were like, originally they were all different robots that Onyx Prime brainwashed into being replicas of all the different Autobots and Decepticons. And it was all part of like, the Shockwave long game sort of. And then Shockwave like is the one that killed them all. If I remember correctly, the lore was that, like Shockwave when he went to Earth like all those years ago was the one who like killed them all. So it was like serendipitous stuff. No, it wasn't that. It was that Shockwave shot their ship down and it crash landed on. That's why it crash landed on Earth, because Shockwave shot their ship down. But yeah. And then he came back as a Centurion in the present day, with like a new faceplate head and stuff like that. And so that was a little nod to like the Marvel UK comics there with Centurion. So anyway, so B here. Yeah, he's just a short, small little guy. From the side, he looks kind of, from some of the angles, he looks a little bit weird. He was looking worse in some pictures than he does in person. Like, he looked a little bit hollow in some of the photos that I saw there, looking at, like, him from different angles. But in person, he looks perfect. And with actual lighting, he looks properly fine. Yeah, he's got this dinky little head here. Dinky little Bumblebee head. We got a big hammer to swing as well. Nice Autobots symbol on it. As for articulation, Bumblebee does have a ball jointed head. I'm just going to pose him out here for a sec. Let's pose him out in this mode for a minute and just get him looking up at the camera. So yes, articulation. What else? We've got ball joints here in the shoulders. ball joints. We've got a bicep swivel. We got about 90 degrees here at the elbow. Again, no wrists, but he does have up and down because of the transformation. Shoulder pads can go up and down. We can angle these up a little bit. They look pretty cool up like that, actually, but I think they're meant to go more down like this. There's this little panel back here that can just fold down like that, I guess. Let's see. Legs, good range of motion there. Waist goes all the way around. We have a thigh swivel. Good more than 90 degrees rotation here. Interesting the way the wheels go. That the wheels are independent of the thighs in terms of how these bend around. That's an interesting little touch. And then, yeah, then we got like just these giant boots here and an ankle tilt to those boots. So yeah, so B can definitely hold some good poses and stuff. And because of the transformation, he can lean back a little bit. Nice. Nice, that's a cool little transformation artifact. So yeah, B is over here. And let's transform him. Let's see. So how does everything go? I guess there's these little wings. These are probably going to come up here. Arms go down like this. And I mean, we know the hands fold in. I'm just seeing how this all bends. It bends, it contorts. I think these come around back here. But I'm seeing a whole bunch of like interesting things going on this B. Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. So these come down over here. And I guess the shoulders are going to go back inside here. So these entire bits here are going to fold down like that. And and that's the side of the, okay, I see. Yeah, so we need to fold all this stuff out of the way now. Because this whole guy is going to come unmoored as well. These all come down too. Oh, is this the front of the, yes, these come in. Okay, this is a really interesting transformation so far. Okay, so this is the front of the train. Okay. I was guessing this was the front, but no. No, the front of the train is right over here. Okay, so this all comes down like this. That all comes down over there. That's cool. And then where do all these other guys go? These guys coming over here. Cool. Hold up. It's probably going to be a little bit more awkward for me to get over there. I'm in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle of transforming these toys, honestly. So maybe not tonight, but what I might have to do is I do have a Discord I don't use very often, and I should just like make sure that I'm in voice there, and for people like that want to like pop in and say hello, like when I do that more often. That's probably the better way to do this. But yeah, let's see. Yeah. This is pretty cool so far. I'm just trying to make sure I get. Okay, I think I must just not have the shoulders in properly. Okay, yeah, there we go. That goes in there. That clicks in over here. This guy, I guess, just stays down there, and this all folds up here. Nice. So this just sits here. I assumed that this moved. I didn't realize that this just stayed there. Oh, that is really cool. That is a fun little engine, isn't it? That popped off. Let's put this on. This is a fun little train. Oh, no, I'm missing something. No, these come around too. Right. That's why these wheels were on their own axle. Oh my God. Yeah, and then it's going to plug into that little peg over there on the forearms. Oh, this is... Okay, yeah, Bumblebee is easily my favorite from a transformation standpoint so far. Like, he is doing a lot. This is a really cool B. Like, he even has, like, B just written on the side there. Like, it's... And then we got the little hammer. I don't know where the hammer's supposed to store. I will have to figure that out, but... Yeah, that's a really cool little locomotive. I really like Bumblebee. I really like this little guy. He is really nice. I wasn't expecting to be a big fan of him, but yeah, he is. Oh, underneath. Thanks. Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a whole gap over here. Yeah, and then you can see here that it's just gonna peg in over there. I love me some weapon storage. Oh. Yeah, that's really good that's really solid weapon storage. Really good weapon storage. But yeah, just like this is a just really fun little vehicle here. This is really good. Like, let's just put him with Optimus here. Let's just take a look at these two little trains. These are, oh, this is great. I know it used to be, and then it hasn't been for a bit. So I always love it when they do that. I think they are aware that us as fans do really appreciate weapon storage, but we don't get it often enough. Let's see. So we got these two little guys there, which means that it's time for the Emperor of Destruction himself. We have Megatron. Megatron, attack. And Megatron turns into he turns into, like, I believe it was like a concept artillery that the Russians were building, like a Russian cannon. Like just a big Russian mobile gun. I don't think it's anything that ever actually saw wartime use. I think it was like a planned weapon. But if I'm remembering my what I've read on wikis like before, because that's probably the only place that I've heard about this when. Yeah, interesting though. Yeah, like just the return of all this plastic here means we get these bits here that just cover those spinny wheels. A little bit extraneous, but I guess they wanted to make sure there wasn't any rubbing. I guess they probably did that just to make sure there wasn't any paint rubbing, because these are all painted over there. So that's probably why they did it that way from a packaging standpoint. But hey, whatever. Anyway, we'll get this out here, and then we will get his gun. Because what is a Megatron without a big gun? It's movie Megatron from movie 1. That's what it is. And that is a more mediocre design. So that's what a Megatron without a big gun is. I mean, I guess he had that weird fusion where they interpreted fusion cannon as him fusing his arms together. But that was kind of lame. Oh, that sounds exactly like a lot of that sort of stuff that they tested and the big wheels got stuck in mud. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds exactly like the sort of thing that would have happened in real life. But like, oh, this is a design that everyone loved when we first saw it way back in the day. Fusion cannon. I guess we can mount the fusion cannon over here. We can also mount it over here and just... No, it doesn't really mount it over there. Okay. All right. So I guess we have to mount it over here above the... So it's a very G1 fusion cannon positioning. Interesting. Interesting. That's like a super G1 layout. Okay, I guess, but I mean, like, dragon heads sort of count as guns. Let's be honest. Dragon heads kind of count as guns. But yeah, we don't normally get like the gun mounted on top for Megatrons. They usually put it off to the side, so it's kind of neat seeing like the classic G1 arrangement for the fusion cannon. But like, he looks really good here. Let me just pull up the trade there and let's just look at that concept art. Let's look at that OG concept art for this guy, just to compare. So yeah, you can see here that, oh yeah, they did a really good job of just like mirroring this concept art, like just all the paint apps and stuff too, like just, you know, the red on the sides, the silver down there, the big faction symbol being more of a black instead of a gray. Like, they did a really good job of capturing this concept art. Like, he looks good. He looks really good here. Oh yeah, T-Rex heads absolutely count, yes. And so do tails. Tails count. Giant tails count too, especially when the tails shoot energy blasts. So let's take Megatron here. Let's just get a quick shot of him. And then we will look at articulation. So Megatron also has a ball jointed head. So far, Starscream seems to be the weakest articulation-wise out of all of these. But like, this is really good range of motion just for Megatron just being expressive. Let's see, the arms. All right, so we got a couple of twofold things with the arms here. We got these guys can go up and down here, and the wheels also spin. And then we can also get the arms going up to about here. And, you know, because the wheels are on a separate pivot, we can adjust them accordingly. Works well. Swivel. Is that a double jointed elbow? I think it is. Yes. Double jointed elbows. No wrists. Again, none of these guys have wrists, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I guess they're not as reliant on their weapons. And they're all deluxes. So let's see. Waist swivel. Let's see. Out. 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 Out, dim spot. So good range of motion on these legs. then yeah, we got toes. We've got a toe popping off there. Let's put that toe back on. And then yeah, then we have, let's get this back out. Because yeah, we do have ankle tilts on this guy. They're not, again, it's not very pronounced ankle tilts, but he does, like, it's just a little bit of ankle tilt, but he does have them. And even then you can tell here that he is like very much designed to do A stances. Like he A stances very well, this Megatron. And then yeah, I guess we can also spring, if you want to have the gun off to the side a little bit, you can bring this bit out too. We can bring it out to the side a little bit like that, but that's kind of just fan moding it. But like he looks really good. It's a really nice looking Megatron. As you can expect, he's going to be short next to other Megatrons. But yeah, let's transform this guy now. Let's see if we can leave the wheels on. If the wheels don't parts form, I will be, and I don't think they do, I'm going to be that much more impressed. So yeah, so head goes in here. And we got these guys that are going to fold out. You can see here that I think these arms are going to combine together and form like another wheel. Let's see. Hands swing in there, and that's why there's no wrists, because of the transformation. We got these little guys that fold out here. Let's see, what else? Double jointed elbows are probably for transformation as well. They usually are. So let's see if I can figure this out. Legs. Legs fold up. Legs peg together. And I can see that they're going to peg in up here, which means that we need to get some of this stuff out of the way. Probably like that. So yeah, this all goes like this here. And we got some wheels down there. So there's the bottom. We got these giant wheels here. And I just need to find the tabs and slots for this bit. Okay, I see a slot over there. So it's going to slot in to this, I think. So let's figure out how we get that around. Let's figure out how we get this arm into that slot. Unless, I don't think it goes like this. Let's see. If we bring these around like that there, then we get, yeah, we got these little slots there. These are going to tab into something. I am taking exactly as long as it takes for, oh, I see. Okay, this tab goes over here. I see. So this is going to go in over here, and this guy is going to peg in. I'm just looking here where this guy pegs in. If it pegs in anywhere, because this guy clearly comes in over here. But it feels like that there is, I'm missing something. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, so these are gonna, yeah, I see a tab and slot in the back here. So these are gonna tab together like this over here. With these double jointed elbows, they're gonna tab in like that. Yeah, I just need to line that all up right. And then this guy's gonna tab in back over here. And I'm just trying to figure out what this guy tabs into. Oh, this all goes like that, okay. Yes, this all wraps around like that. This goes in here. This guy comes down in the middle, and that's where we're gonna plug the gun. So we're almost done here now. Ah, this isn't quite up in place. This guy here needs to shift up a little bit. Ah, come on, I got this. Don't worry. There we go. There, that's slotted in there now. No, I don't have this arm quite lined up, I don't think. Oh yeah, I've got the double joint completely wrong here. That's why. I'm just trying to line up, make sure these slots get lined up, because this guy goes in over here. And then this guy goes in over here. But why are these not lining up? Why am I not getting this guy in place? It feels like there's a slot here that's not lining up. There we go. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, so these come around like this. We got those little guys that come out there. We got all this stuff here, and then we just take this gun and we just plug it in like so. And that is Megatron in his mobile Russian cannon mode. Yes, see, I've not played enough Deltarune to get the bit, so I've only done like a little up chapter 1 and a little bit of chapter 2. So yeah, that's on me. But yeah, he looks good though in this cannon mode. It's decent. It's got the it evokes Megatron pretty well. So we got this here. We got this. It looked good from above. Like, yeah, I mean it's not a bad Megatron mode. And just looking at all these guys next to each other here. We got Megatron, we got B, we got Optimus, and we got Starscream. We got all these guys next to each other. They all look really cool. They're all nice deluxes. But, and I'm going to knock this down here. But next up, we need to see how these look next to a boat. How do these look next to a giant boat? They are dwarfed by a giant boat. A giant boat that's not fully transformed. It's not fully transformed because, like, look, lining everything up was proven to be pain, and I already kind of started the shear tab. So, you know what? We got really close. But we're going to show Hearts of Steel Shockwave again, and I'm going to put this guy back into bot mode. So, yeah. You're going to get to see, like, this. This is a fairly rare piece these days, this figure. Like, I've had him in storage for like a decade now. And this is my excuse to pull him back out. Like, it's a really nice submarine. It's a really nice steamboat. Like, these wheels all spin. Like, when you transform it properly, everything is flush on the bottom. Like, it is a very nice toy. It is a very nice toy. And then we're going to transform it. And we're going to start by splitting the bottom. Again, I did not tab all this stuff together properly. But as it is, we'll have to see how slow this goes. I figured I would do some showcase. And actually, that's a thought. Is that something people would be interested in? Like, say, when I do toy unboxing streams, like if I pull out an older figure and just do a, oh, hey, and now we're going to look at a Blast from the Past thing here, and we're going to look at an older toy in my collection, just to muck with something that we haven't mucked with in a while as an excuse. Because I would be up for doing something like that as I think about that here. Yeah, I just need to unpeg these. Yeah, this one's already unpegged. So this side I can get out more easily. Yeah, so this side I can get out pretty much. Oh no, that middle one is still pegged. And I need to be careful with that middle one because that middle peg is like the most important peg on this thing. Because that goes into other things. Spudger. Let's spudger this. Yeah, I just need to be very careful about this. Because that peg in the middle there is structurally necessary for robot mode. To actually hold together that tiny little peg there. Like, yeah, this peg right here. These two pegs here are actually fairly key. And I'd forgotten that, and when I was watching until I was watching some videos on how to transform this thing, and I was like, oh my god, are you serious? Like, just engineering wise, this guy is very impressive, but he is also very in a lot of spots. There we go. Okay, so this is all off here. Unpeg all these. Just need to get this last guy out of the slot, and then we can get going with all the transformation. Because it is a very cool transformation, this toy. It's just some of these bits are just very, And I went through all the trouble of like just wiping off a bunch of the dust and stuff too earlier, so I do want to show this thing off. I'm just being very careful about this. Oh, crud, crud. That's an actual break. I actually broke this thing just now. Crud. I am going to have to re-glue this piece because that is a full-on break. I'm still going to have to. Jeez. How did I break that? I'm still going to be able to transform this thing, but that's what I mean when I'm talking about this. That's exactly the sort of thing I was afraid of. Oh my god. Yeah, I should be able to re-glue that piece. It's a clean break, but that's what I mean when I talk about like just being careful with this thing. And then of course, as soon as I do that, I manage to get this out pretty much straight away, like by doing it another way, by not forcing it there. So go figure. Go figure. Oh my god. Go figure. I just got all that kibble out without a problem, like by doing it that way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to re-glue that piece. That will be a post-stream thing. And it won't be hard to re-glue. It's actually a very clean break. It's gonna be actually very easy to re-glue, but yeah, these whole bits here. This is like the most finicky bit here because you need to get all these things back. Like the plastic in these is very thin. And that's, yeah, breaking something was exactly what I was afraid of. And yeah, yeah. It's a good thing I don't have plans to sell this thing anytime soon. Yes, these all come out like that there. And then we have a whole bunch of pieces here. We've got the front, we got like one arm here, we got one arm here, we got the feet over here. I actually really like the transformation in this hand. It's a cool transformation. But let's start getting stuff out of the way. So yes, these guys need to come up over here. These all come out like that. And then we need to start contorting everything for the torso. So this is all going to come over like this here. This is going to snap down. Yeah, this arm comes down over here. This chest, this whole chest bit is also going to come back up over. How does this come up again? Yeah, this all comes out around here. And we're going to do this in a sec. First, I'm going to do this here. This just snaps in, locks in like that via friction. Then this guy, this is the part here that, as I mentioned, these two tabs are key in that it is just, you just slide it in like this. Did I get it in right up front? No, I did not. Let's slide these back out. Because it's just, you need to bring it down like this. Bring this whole assembly down like this. And then all this needs to slide up. So you want to make sure that you bring this together fairly evenly. Like that. And in like that. And no, I still didn't get it right. No. Let's try this again. I keep not lining this up right. Because yeah, you can see here that this needs to slot in down there. There we go. There, it slots in like that there. Let's just slide this back out again. Yeah, you can tell they have grown a lot since this initial toy as a company. Yeah, that's right now. That's how this thing slots in. And this is fairly rock solid once you get that in, but it is a very finicky joint, this whole bit here. Yeah, and then this all comes around back here. Yeah, these guys are all going to come around. These are going to spin. Yeah, it's funny how sometimes you can break things by trying to be very careful and then you still break them anyway because I have done that before, like with third-party toys, where in trying to be careful, I actually sheared a piece by trying to be as careful as possible and not trying to put too much pressure on it. I actually like sheared a piece, and that was like a moment. So legs have some interesting stuff in them. We're gonna start here by folding these back up so we can get the feet out. Like the leg transformation is pretty neat, and there's some interesting steps to them. Let's see. I'm just trying to remember what all on tabs here. Yeah, like this untabs from the foot here. This all comes out there. This folds up like that. And now we can get the feet out. These come out like this. And then this is going to come up like that there. So we should be able to get the foot out now like that. But here's the fun part begins, because this guy comes up like this. This is the part that I was really worried, that I was trying to make sure that I got right when I was transforming this. But that goes up here, and then this entire assembly here, this kibble is actually on a weird L shape here, in that this comes up, it goes up, and then it goes. You can see here inside, I don't know how well it's coming across, but you can see in here there's actually a whole slider that this comes in. So this whole piece here, this needs to actually come up, and then you like have to pull it up, and then you have to push it up as well, like in like this, and then all this kibble just goes in like that, and then that clears room for this foot to come down. And then yeah, once all that is done, then you should be able to fold this back up and close it up if you do it right. And I'm missing something. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so once you do that right, then you should be able to fold that up, close this all up here, and then you got just this whole shape here with the feet. It's really neat. But yeah, again, this is like a figure that you can tell that this was like a very early third-party toy. Like this is just, yeah, there's a lot that is very finicky and reliant on getting stuff just right in this. Like they would not make something like this today. But yeah, this just comes in like that. Like this was very stiff when I was transforming this, like for the first time in a while, to get back into sub mode. So yeah, that comes there, and then we slide this all up there. That all just goes there. That goes in like this. And then again, we bring this foot down. I hope you guys are enjoying this look at a rare figure there, and that you're enjoying my scuff. I'm glad I'm as good as spirits I am about the scuff, though. I think a lot of that is just the fact that knowing that, you know what, this is... I was afraid something would happen, so it actually feels a lot better knowing something happened, and that it's a fairly easy to repair break. And it's also a break in a part where I was expecting a break, which isn't as bad. So yeah, so we have the legs here now. Legs here, I'm going to just tilt the camera up a little bit, because we're going to need to tilt it up. And you can see how we've got like these giant arms here. I really like the way this arm works, because the way this one works, there's a little bit of an automorph in this. For this arm, in that we, yeah, this whole assembly here, when you bring this down, this is actually going to ease the arm out. It's going to pop this entire assembly. Like, yeah, like if we do this here, yeah, this whole thing, when you bring that smokestack down, that's going to extend it like this. And then you just bring this out, and there, now you have the gun arm. I'm just trying to remember if this comes out any further. It might. I think it does go out a little bit further. But yeah, it's a cool little automorph gimmick there. What else? This one here. This guy, you can see we have the hand in here. These guys on the side are going to pop back open. These fold up over here, exposing the hand. This just fold there, and then this whole assembly, how does this go again? Yeah, these come up like that. These come out. Right. I'm just trying to remember how this goes. Yeah, we got like the arm joint in there. I know a bunch of these open up. Like this whole bit here is where the compartment for the little mini sub is. I might need to open this. I don't know if I need to open this for transformation, but the mini sub goes in here. Yeah, the mini sub goes in this bit over here. I'm just trying to remember how you get the how we get that elbow down. I just transformed this earlier. How am I forgetting this already? Oh, right. This unpegs over here. You can see that this guy is tabbed in there. Let's untab this. Just going to open the mini sub doors. This is why I was transforming this earlier, just so I could actually like remember how this went. And I did that, but that's not helping me. Right, because this whole bit here is this arm. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's the other arm there. Okay, that's why I thought, yeah. So this all comes around like this. And then this whole arm is down here. You can see here that this is also on a bit of an L bracket. So this whole shoulder assembly comes up like that, and then it goes in like up like that. And then we just fold this entire thing down. Yeah, fold this down. This guy, I guess this guy needs to come in here. And the next guy comes down there. This guy comes up over here. And there, now we have Shockwave's hand. Like just showing like that. This is how it goes. This is just how that goes. And then as for the actual like final bits there, final bits with all this kibble and stuff, let's see. So these guys come back around over here. Yeah, these guys come back around. And the head is just back in over here. So we're going to pop the head up. Head goes up. Head comes around. Head comes back down. And it's going to lock into this little guy back over here. It's going to go into that slot there. So bring that in. That's just going to lock the whole back together once this is in. Like that. So there we have the head. Yeah, we're almost done now. Almost done. And yeah, then we just have all this kibble here. Again, we need to just adjust all this. These should fold up back this way. That's how they were that's how it was when it was in the box. Yeah. These should fold back a little bit more. I don't quite have the kibble right in terms of how these go. Yeah, like these go around like that, but it's supposed to, these are supposed to be able to come all the way around. But you know what? I'm not going to push my luck tonight. I'm just going to do it like this. This isn't the way it goes, but I'm just going to do it like this because I need to fix that part anyway. Like I need to reglue this brake here. And as I said, it's going to be a very easy part to reglue. It's actually like a very clean, it's a long, clean brake with an angle too. So it's actually going to like be pretty easy to slot in to fix. But yeah, so the way this would work here is you would then fold these up the rest of the way in here and through these double jointed bits here. This all would come around and then that would just, clean up that kibble in the back there. Oh, and the head popped down again. But anyway, so let's bring this back up. I think the head pops in a little bit more securely, if I remember right. Yes, this all comes around like this. So we'll bring this around, and yeah, and that is this is the legendary like Hearts of Steel Shockwave figure. It's not a bad little piece, honestly. Like it's a piece of third-party history more than anything. Yeah. It's not a thing that you see very often these days. So I was like, you know what, this is a good excuse to crack this out, bring this out, crack it open. And then I can put this in the background and we can put everyone in robot mode and then we can compare them all to this giant Shockwave. Yeah, I've got the Hearts of Steel Starscream there. Let's put him back off to the side. So yeah, let's well, first I want to find that piece that broke off. Oh, and there's the mini sub Shockwave too, of course. I was showing this off at the top of the stream. This is the little mini sub dude that comes with him. it's got very, very, like the ball joints on this guy are very finicky because they are tiny. But like this turns into a little mini sub. It's really cool. Like this, like the mini sub alone, this guy will go for money online, just the mini sub alone, because the mini sub is really, really cool. Oh no, it's not. I do have that tidal wave, but yeah, I like both actually. I've got the original Armada one too, but yeah. So I'm gonna have to find where that broken piece is. We'll do that after the stream, I guess. It's a big enough chunk that it shouldn't be hard to find. It's a big enough chunk of plastic. But yeah, let's get these guys back into their bot modes. So we're gonna start with we're gonna do reverse order. We're gonna start with Megatron and get him back in, and that should be pretty fast. Yeah, let's just bring these guys back in here. Bring these around. Fold the hands out. Like, I don't mind, much as I don't like it that this guy doesn't have wrists, I don't mind when there's like a design and engineering reason for that. Like on this Megatron here, where it's because of how these hands actually store. Because the way he transforms would not really allow for wrist articulation. It's like how like the Leozak that we're going to be getting on Lio Kaiser doesn't have wrist articulation for that same reason. Just the design would not allow for it, the way that he is transforming. Let's see. So anyway, so Megatron. Megatron is nice and simple. And he looks really good. And yeah, it's a good, like, again, it's really cool that we have this whole Hearts of Steel subline. So Megatron is over here. He is just being dwarfed by Shockwave, as you can see. B, this is a really good Bumblebee again. I really like this guy. I really like this Bumblebee. This is just so good. Yeah. So bring the arms out. I guess separate the feet. Get the hammer out. Yeah, this guy is just doing a lot of really clever stuff. Right, I need to untab. Where is stuff tabbed into? Okay, feet. Right, these are all in part of the torso, these bits here. Yeah. Like, this is just a really good transformation. Easily the best one. Oh, you say, you cowards? Like, the lead designer, like Mark Mayer, he has been trying to get this toy done, that Shockwave done. Like, they brought it up in a Q&A that he is, like, that Shockwave has actively been a white whale of his. And they've just not been able to get it done. Like, just, like, he has pitched doing that Shockwave before. And they have not ruled out doing more Hearts of Steel stuff if these do well. But, so, I think Shockwave is a possibility. Actually, the one I would love to see is, I would love to see the Insecticon train. I think the Insecticon train would be really cool to see. Yeah, so let's see. Oh, I just swiveled that wrist out. Sorry, that forearm. Yeah, the bead transformation, though, this is just really cool. Oh, I need to bring the waist down. That's why. That's why this isn't working. Yes, the waist comes down. I'll put that hand back in a sec. Yeah, and then once that's down, then we can swivel this entire bit back up. Like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Mark is great. Mark Mayer is great. Like, I love just how chill he is in interviews too. It's like he comes across as he just seems like a really chill guy. Like, I know people joke and stuff about, it's like, oh, he's about like what his state of mind is like when he's doing all those interviews. But look, let's be honest. I don't think that I'm pretty sure that he is not on stuff like when he's doing that stuff. I think that's just the way. I think he's just one of those people where it's just that's the way he is. That's just like his nature. He is just a really chill guy. And I need to get this head up first before I can keep going. It's an order of operations toy. Oh, maybe it'll be easier if I pop this thing up. Yeah, just B's heads is a little bit stuck in the body right now. What am I doing wrong? How do they get B's head stuck in here? And I popped another shoulder off. Yay. Yay me. Oh, it's because these guys are still down. Okay, this is a really weird one with clearances. This is a really okay. This one's a really big order of operations one, I guess. So we have to, I guess that we have to have all this. I'll pop this arm off too, just to get it out. I guess we need to bring the head up first, otherwise this isn't going to work. I don't think there's clearance to get the head up unless all these other guys are up like that. Even then though, it's just, what am I doing wrong for getting the head out? Do I need to like transform this thing all the way? Huh. I really like this guy, but it's like this B design, but yeah, it's just, yeah, I've got the head stuck now. Hooray for me. Oh, there we go. Head's there. Okay, I got the head up now. Now we can do the rest of this. Okay. Now we can do everything else, and we can bring these arms back out. There we go. Now this will work. Okay, I just did stuff too soon. Yeah, so I'm learning. So let's put these arms back in. Now that we've actually gotten this proper. Bring the arms back in, bring these things back up. Bring all this stuff up like this. Yeah, and then this comes down there. And then, yeah, then we just finish with the legs. There we go. Now it's all coming together there. Okay, so there's B. Just don't mistransform him like I was doing. There we go. So there's B. Prime. Like Prime, I think is my second favorite of all the ones in here. Like I really like this Prime. Like the robot mode just has like a really good silhouette. It's a very good silhouette on this Optimus. And the transformation is pretty straightforward. So now I have jinxed myself by saying it's a pretty straightforward transformation. There we go. So these come down. Legs. Legs are really good transformation here too. Like it fills in everything in the legs really well. And then yeah, then these guys come out there. Then we just bring the arms out. Like you can, yeah, it's very straightforward. Arms come out like this. And right, this whole assembly comes out and this all contorts around. Yeah, because the head comes out over here. This is all gonna come in and form his back. This guy's gonna come back up like this. This all comes in. This comes down and locks. And then these just come in and lock here. Like, again, I love just that they have these, like, angled. They got this permanent angle here. It's just a really nice touch. And then, yeah, then this all just comes in like this. Doesn't feel like he's pegging together quite as solidly now, but I don't know. But, like, yeah, he looks really good, though. Like, it's a really nice-looking Optimus. Really nice-looking Optimus. Does this store in the back? No. But, yeah, we can put it on his shield here. And then we can give him his gun by just folding the gun out of the smokestack, like so. But yeah, it's a really nice looking Optimus. And actually, looking at this here too, I do like that they managed to get B a little bit smaller and squatter than Megatron and Prime. And then, yeah, last but not least, we have Starscream. Starscream is pretty simple. Pretty simple as far as transformations go. I think my biggest issue with Starscream is he does. Oh, well, I don't want to do that. I want to fold these like that. I want to fold this the actual right way. But Starscream, I think his biggest issue as a figure here is just that he is what? Like, there's a lot. There are a lot of posability compromises. Like, he doesn't have a waist. I mean, he doesn't have a waist, and I think the bigger one though, other than the waist, is just that neck joint. Like him only having a swivel is kind of like a big negative on him, I would say, because it limits considerably what you can actually do with him from a posing standpoint. There's some cool steps in the transformation, though, I will say. Like, yeah, like all these bits here that fold down like so. Like his transformation is very much about everything folds down. And then these folds down the back, but it's a very clean one. It is a very clean transformation. Everything cleans up really nicely. But yeah, just the fact that this head is on a swivel joint, that is kind of like the biggest crime of this toy. And it's a little bit unfortunate. Like, it would have been a lot better if you could actually have him be able to look up. But he can't. And that's a bit of a negative. And then, of course, we can't forget Heatwave, because we did him at the top of the hour. At the very beginning of the stream. So, Heatwave. Again, very nice Rescue Bots fire truck remold of Bulkhead. Like, it's got the right vibe. It absolutely has the correct vibe to do Heatwave, and he wears this mold better than Bulkhead does. But that is also a little bit of a low bar, because Breakdown wears the mold better than Bulkhead does. Like, it was just not a very good Bulkhead mold, honestly. Like, it's a decent mold, but as Bulkhead, it is weaker. Like, that's kind of its weakest use. And considering it was designed as Bulkhead, that's kind of a bit of a shame. But yeah, so we got all this stuff here. It's a transformation that we all know and love, and that I still forgot about anyway. And then we bring down arms. Let's see. Yeah, arms need to come down. They're pegged in there really well, geez. There we go. Arms. Arms come down. Arms come apart. Nice. Cybertronic spree cover of Dare. I think this is the spree. Like, it'll say on the side there, but I don't know. Oh yeah, this is the spree. That's RC's voice. If you ever get a chance to see the Cybertronic spree in concert, incidentally, take it. They put on a really good show. And they're really chill people too. Or robots, rather. Dare to believe you can't survive. You got the future in your hands. Alright, so this all comes up. These arms swing up. I just remember there's another piece that moves, isn't there? Yay. Me forgetting things. Oh, that's why. I see. I see my problem. Yeah, this guy goes up there. And then these arms go up. Yeah, then these arms come up. These all lock in. The light. There. Believe you can't survive. Wave's head. Does this come up anymore, or does this? I thought this was supposed to come up, swing up a little bit more. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, there we go. Now it's up a bit more. Yes, that all comes down here. This all locks in over there at the back. Then then we just bring the hands down. We get just like that, Steve Bloom scowl. This all just slots in over here. Bring the foot down. Bring the heel back out. Get frustrated that the heel's not coming back out, and just use a spudger. Like that. And then we just take the fire truck ladder, we plug this into the back. Like so. That just sits in over there, and it just completes the whole Rescue Bots look. And then we just give him his axe and his gun. But yeah, it's a good heat wave, as I said. And, given the training day theme of this whole thing, it makes sense to put heat wave in here. So, heat wave. And then we got Starscream over there. So yeah, they all look really good together there. They all look really nice. These are all nice toys. As I said, I think of the Hearts of Steel ones, I think Bumblebee is my favorite, just because of the transformation. Then I would say Optimus, and then Megatron, and then Starscream. And then Heatwave was pretty solid too. But yeah, that is all the stuff that we were going to be opening tonight. That was my plan. So with that said, let's go see who we can. Let's see who we can find a raid out. That sort of thing. I don't mind doing a little bit of a shorter stream for once. So, what'd you get? Hold up. What'd you get, Ramses? You gotta tell me before I end this thing. I want to know now. I gotta know. Yeah, I am just like waiting with bated breath. Let's see. And I will just keep looking and seeing who we want to raid while I'm looking. Let's see. The OG Lio Convoy. Oh, like the original Beast Wars one. Oh, awesome. Good toy. That is a good toy. Were you aware that that we're getting like the Takara one actually did finally come out. That's sitting in my HLJ warehouse right now. So I will have that at the future time, like to retool. But that is awesome. And for raiding out, actually, yeah, that one there. I think we're gonna return the favor tonight here, because I got raided the other night. Let's see. Actually, I'm just looking at just stream ratings and stuff here. Let's see. Actually, I know Hika's going. I don't know how late she's going. Oh, she's still working on art. So yeah, I think she'll be at this a while probably because she's still working on art. So let's give Hika a raid. Let's give Hika a raid and look at her drawing some gorgeous art. I think she's drawing OCs or something here right now. Some sexy OC art. So we are gonna go raid out. Again, thank you all for coming in. Thank you all for coming in tonight. I don't have any other streams scheduled for this week. I wouldn't mind doing something for Zets. I will have to talk to people and ask around, but it would be fun to do like just because we're gonna have the Zets premiere Saturday night, and it would also be fun to just do like a live watch, like not put it on stream, but just do like a watch along, like with it live, and then just maybe discuss the episode or something. That could be a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm gonna have to ask around and find out. But yeah, everyone have yourselves a great weekend. Next week we're going to definitely have some Genshin stuff because the new patch drops on Tuesday. So you can fully expect a whole bunch of Nod Cry stuff there for Genshin content next week. That's going to be fun. So until next time, this is going to be Techno signing off. Thank you all for coming along, and have yourself a great evening.